consecutive wins. In his last outing, the American quickly put away Bruno Lopez. In another fight at 205, Junior Tapa will take on Billy Elikana. This is going to be Tapa's first fight since July, when he was submitted by Tuco Topos. The Australian and former heavyweight has gone 2-3 in his last fight. Elikana fought last month and submitted Kevin Christian. That win was the American's second in the UFC and fourth in his last 5. And in a heavyweight fight that almost certainly won't meet the judges' scorecards, Tai Tuivasa will throw hands with Taliesin Teixeira. Tuivasa is likely in a must-win situation, as the heavy-handed Aussie slugger has lost 5 straight. Teixeira, meanwhile, is coming off his first pro loss, as he was bombed out by Derek Lewis this past July. The Brazilian had gone 8-0 before that. And at welterweight, Jonathan Mikhailov will face Orban Elliott. Mikhailov is coming off his successful UFC debut, as he recorded a decision win over Kevin Jusay in February. The Australian has won 3 straight and includes a victory on Dana White's Contender Series. Elliott will try to get back on track after losing by decision to Siok Hong Ko in June. The Welshman was riding an 8-fight win streak before that, which included 3 wins in the UFC. If you've always wanted the UFC to change things up more and use different gloves, then this next clip should make you happy. Well, sort of. Recently, Max Holloway shared a video which captured him being shown custom-made gloves with a Hawaiian theme.
So, did you guys do it? So, we got the set here. We want to show. So, the campaign when we talk about sport, you'll be the first one that we roll out next year. So what we want to do is, we want you to do this one for the auction, the one-on-one. Yeah. And then this is the one that you'll put the limited edition 10 of 10 to dress up. Oh, wow. And then they'll actually sign it. Right? And this is the one-of-one. And these ones go to the charity.
And this is the one Kai making?
Yeah, we don't make both. Oh, we want to make sure you're okay with that. Oh, great, yeah, right there. Like them. Yeah.
So those gloves look pretty cool, right? Well, the MMA community started to go crazy, thinking we were getting custom gloves from the UFC. Well, we got some bad news for you. Ariel Helwani has since confirmed that you won't see Max wearing those gloves when he throws hands with Charles Oliveira at UFC 326 in March. I've asked about these. They're for charity. Fighters won't actually be competing in these custom gloves. They do look cool, though. Finally, we got an update on Reinier de Ridder's next UFC fight. Following his alarming loss to Brendan Allen in October, RDR is reporting he's doing a lot better. Recently, he was on hand at a karate combat event. Here was some of what de Ridder told from a fight when asked for a health update. Feeling a lot better. The last couple of days have really been progressing, so I sparred this week, trained hard a couple of days, feeling ready to basically. And in terms of who RDR will fight next, the all-star grappler has this to say. Maybe soon, early next year. There's not a lot going on right now in middleweight. There's not a lot of fights. Whoever. I'm really not in a position to call anybody out, right? So what I want is a rematch. Show that wasn't me. But that's not realistic, I guess. We'll see what they have. Prior to the Allen fight, Reinier de Ridder had won 5 straight, and that included 4 octagon wins, one of which came against former middleweight champion Robert Whittaker. Tom Aspinall reveals his Fighter of the Year. With 2025 winding down, a lot of people are making their final call for who was their Fighter of the Year. Case in point, recently Tom Aspinall revealed who he thinks should receive that one. And his selection may surprise you. In a recent video, the heavyweight champ had this to say when asked who he has as Fighter of the Year.
For me, the fighter that stands out for me is Floyd. Obviously, I think so.
Best knockout of the year. And why?
Yeah, well, it's like, for me, the ones that stand out for me are the events that I was at. So I'm a look at fighters, but Taporia versus Charles Oliveira, one of the best knockouts I've ever seen live. The atmosphere in there that night was incredible. So I'm going to go for that this year.
There's no question that Topuria's KO of Charles Oliveira was massive, and it also handed him the lightweight title, so it was a pretty big deal. But that was the only time Topuria fought this year. If Merab Dvalishvili had won at UFC 323, he would be a lock for the honor, since he would have made history by recording 4 title defenses in 1 calendar year. But that didn't happen. Fighter of the Year talk aside, it remains to be seen when Aspinall will fight again, following his disastrous bout with Cyril Gane in October. Immediately after that card, White raised eyebrows by noting that only Aspinall knew whether he could see or not. Those comments didn't appear to sit too well with Aspinall, who more recently proclaimed he didn't elect to keep fighting because he couldn't see, and he's no, quote, dummy. Well, not surprisingly, after UFC 323, White was asked to weigh in on Aspinall's recent statements. Here's some of what White had to say.
We have people all over him right now, checking up on him, making sure he's good. Does he need any help or, any specialists? Yeah, I'm no doctor. I'm just saying what I've heard. And that was in no way, wasn't said in a way that they're like, oh, what do you think of? I said, I think he's fine. It wasn't like that. I said, I think Tom's eyes are good. He's going to take some time, heal, come back. That's all I said. I wasn't saying anything negative toward him. And I
UFC in Aspinall has anything to say about White's take here. As back in October, more than a few people thought the UFC CEO was taking a poke at the champ for not continuing. Rampage Jackson gets heated with security guard. Rampage was screaming unkicked when the security guard had asked him to stop filming or leave, and things got heated. While trying to get to his sprinter van, another security officer stopped him from entering the parking area and made him go all the way around. This didn't make Rampage that angry, but when a young fan asked him for a picture and the security tried to tell him no, Rampage went off, calling the guard a bunch of slurs. Here's the clip.
How you gonna make us put it wake up? You can ask, but we ain't gonna do it. And that's what we doing. We leaving this motherfucker. My car is parked right here. My car, I work for Nathan Bus. I work for Nathan Bus. My van, you see the spring van? No, let me. Hey. All right, we'll do that. All right, we'll do that. Yeah, you get a picture. Yeah, just come get a picture, man. Hey, shut the f*** up. Don't tell no kid no. How the f*** you tell a kid no? Shut the f*** up, man. Hey, shut the f*** up. Take a picture, bro. Get the f*** kid, bro. You ain't talking about it. You ain't talking about kids taking a picture, man. You a college man. Shut the f*** up. Shut the f*** up. What's going on?
Do you think Rampage had a valid reason to get angry with the security? How would you have handled the situation? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.